welcome you all. This is a free event in honor of September. September is Gynecological Cancers Awareness Month. And the month is intended to support the community and raise awareness of the need for more screening, treatment options, and research for the 5 gynecological cancers. These cancers are endometrial, ovarian, uterine, vulvar, and cervical. This is a totally free event. We're so glad you're here. We will also be offering the chance to donate if you are led to the Foundation for Women's Cancer. There's no expectation to donate. We hope you are able to relax and enjoy either way. And of course, please remember to check with your physician if you're not sure if any poses are right for you. Melanie's curated a very gentle session for us today, but if there's something where you're feeling not quite comfortable or you're not quite sure, please hold off and be sure to check with your physician before trying a new move. Just a quick few technical notes. We are using Zoom's focus mode. This allows you, if you would like, to be on camera so that Melanie can see how you're doing. Of course, you have the option to keep your camera off, but it does help if she can see how to adjust her moves and her instruction if needed. This does allow you privacy from the other participants, so please rest assured you will not be visible to anyone else. You are also on mute, but if you do have questions, please type in the chat. And if it's time sensitive, I will ask Melanie right away so she can answer your questions about a particular move. If it can wait till the end, Melanie will answer them then. So without further ado, we're so glad to welcome you all, and I'm thrilled to introduce today's yoga instructor. So Melanie is an author, she's an experienced registered yoga teacher, and she's a surfer. She's a survivor of stage 4 ovarian cancer. She currently lives on Oahu's North Shore with her husband and 3-year-old son, where she teaches yoga, coaches women, and surfs waves big enough to scare her. Melanie, it's over to you to add anything else that you would like, and also to introduce your yoga model for today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to the insiders for putting this together. This is just awesome to be a part of this today. I'm honored to be the facilitator. I also have with me today my sister who will be doing the poses, who is also an ovarian cancer survivor who is currently in her frontline treatment. So this class is gentle enough for anybody who is currently in treatment, but will feel good on all bodies, even for experienced athletes who need a deep stretch. So I'm really excited to be here. I did want to ask if there's anyone on the class today who is within 12 weeks of having abdominal surgery. If that's you, you don't have to, but would be good to know. If there is anybody, I will be, if you don't want to identify, no problem. I will be cueing poses that I'll say, if you are within 12 weeks of having abdominal surgery, this is not a good pose for you, and I will give you an alternative. Other than that, these poses are very safe. You should feel no pain. It's okay to feel a deep stretch, to feel a little bit of discomfort because you're stretching a place that is tight. That's fine, but there's a big difference between discomfort and pain. So no pain, no pain. There is no need. You just back out of the pose. If you have a question about it, feel free to put that in the chat. I'm happy to respond. Otherwise, let's have a great 30 minutes or so together. Are there any questions before we get started?
I think we're good to go, Melanie. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So today's first pose, we're going to start just in child's pose, just getting our bodies ready. So child's pose is with your knees wide and maybe about as wide as your mat, your arms outstretched forward and your head down to the mat. So take a moment here, stretch forward. Again, if you cannot access the ground, it's okay to do this seated, and you can just lean forward, elbows are resting on your knees, hanging your head. This is just a gentle stretch here. So in this pose, take some time to come into your body. So transitioning from the busy week, transitioning from all that you have gone through today to just breathing. So just being with your body. And we'll begin to lengthen our breaths. So deep, long inhales, and then try to make the exhales last longer than the inhales. Really slowing things down. And as you start to notice your body, scan your body. Notice, are there any areas that are feeling extra tense today? Are there any areas that need some extra attention? The theme for today's class is self-love and body appreciation. So as you scan your body, start to really take in all of those things that you have gone through that have brought you to the place that you are at now. All of the trials, all of the things that you have experienced that have brought you to being here today on your mat. And appreciate all that your body has done for you. We'll begin to crawl our arms off the mat to the right and letting the torso spill over the right thigh. So you're going to be getting a nice stretch along the left side of your body. And the farther you crawl your arms, the deeper the stretch will be. If you are seated in a chair, it's fine to just move both hands to one side of your leg, one side of your body, and just do a gentle twist here. So taking a couple of breaths, letting that side body open. And when you're ready, we'll begin to crawl our arms to the opposite side, opening the opposite side of the body, torso spilling over the thighs, really working into that side rib cage, seeing if you can put more space between the bottom of your rib cage and the top of your hip bone. Really breathing into that space, feeling the tightness and appreciating all that your body has done for you, the reasons that gave you that tightness in the first place, because you have been fighting. Come back through to the center. And when you reach the center of the mat, we'll bring our hands together to touch. We'll bring our elbows close to our ears and then palm to the back of the neck here. Yeah, so really getting a tricep stretch. If you want to take this stretch a little bit deeper here, you'll walk your elbows out even farther to the end of the mat. Keep them in tight to your head and then walk them toward the end of the mat. Yeah, so really lengthening out those triceps. If you are seated, another option is to put your hand on your back and then just use one arm at a time, stretching into the triceps. No problem here. Switching sides. If you're seated, if you're on your mat, you can stay where you're at, taking one more deep breath here. Good. And then gently, we're going to press ourselves up into all fours. So coming into hands and knees pose. If you are seated, no problem here. It's sitting tall with a straight spine. So find the edge of your chair and sit up tall with a straight spine. The point of these next few poses is to really get into the back. So we'll begin here with some cat and cow. So on an inhale, arch your back, tuck your chin, lift your tailbone, drop the belly, and on an exhale, opposite way, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, pressing the belly up. Now moving with your breath. So inhale, finding that sway back cow, and exhale, finding that scared cat. If you are seated, not a problem. We can do these poses seated. So same thing, arching, lifting the chest, sticking the butt out, and then rounding the back and tucking the chin in. Really just activating the spine, seeing how much range of motion we can get here. When you arch that opposite way, arch up. When you arch, opposite way. When you arch here, we're going to get into the lumbar spine. So press into your lumbar spine as much as you can, really finding additional range of motion. Good. And then down into cow. Hold the shoulder blades together on the back of your heart, really pressing your chest low. Excellent. Good. Coming back through to center, find a neutral spine. Here we'll work on some core activation. So again, if you are seated, it's all about sitting up tall, holding that spine straight. And if you're seated, we're just going to reach one arm and then the other and move from side to side without twisting the spine. So you should start to feel your belly working. If you're on your hands and knees, we're going to reach the left leg out long behind us and then reach the right arm long in front of us. Now pull the belly toward the belly button toward the spine and just drop that left hip slightly. Good. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Opposite leg, opposite arm. Good. Really focus on belly button to the spine. Again, if you're seated, we're just swaying from side to side, feeling our core muscles fire up. Go ahead and lower down, switch sides. We'll do each side one more time. Opposite leg, opposite arm. So keeping the hips nice and level. So one hip isn't going higher than the other and pulling that belly button up so we're not rounding the back. Good. Switch to the opposite side. Super important that we warm up the core anytime we're working within our body's range of motion so that we're not injuring ourselves. Good. You can slowly lower back down. Excellent. Good. Now transitioning to a seat if you're not there already. If you're sitting on your mat, no problem. There's a couple of ways. You can sit back on your knees like Melissa is sitting, or you can sit cross-legged. Not a problem either way. If you have a towel or a block, sometimes it's nice to stick that underneath your sits bones so you're elevated a little bit. We're going to be here in this seated position for a few minutes. So if it starts to get uncomfortable, feel free to switch to the opposite, either cross-legged or sitting back on your heels. Both work just fine. Wherever you are, whether you're on the ground or you're seated in a chair, find a nice long spine. So first, we're going to pull the belly button into the spine, relax the shoulders down. So we have really good posture here. Now, reaching our wrists out in front, reaching our arms out in front of us, making fists, we'll begin by stretching the wrists. So just turning in circles here, one direction. Good. And then switching to the opposite direction. It's funny, these little tiny muscles like our wrists, we don't think about them so much, but we've all been writing thank you cards. We've been typing away updates on social media. We've been doing so much with our hands. These wrists have taken a beating. So just take some time to roll them out. And then one at a time, we're going to, with one hand, grab the fingers of the other, pull down and stretch back. So you should feel this all the way up into your forearms. Recheck your posture. Again, even if you feel like you've been doing nothing but sitting around, I promise you, those wrists and forearms have been taking a beating. Release opposite side. So using the hand of one set to stretch the other side. Fingers down, opening through the forearm. Beautiful. Good. Now we will take a chest stretch next. So relax your arms. You can shake them out a little bit. Now, wherever you're seated, if you're in a chair, you can just grab onto the back of the chair. If you're seated on the ground, whether it's cross-legged or back on your heels, you're going to take your hands, this way, reach them behind you. It can be up on your fingertips here, so we can, like a little bit of like a cat claw, and then pull your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest up toward the ceiling or sky. Lift your chin up, lift your gaze. Begin to breathe deeply here. It can be a little bit uncomfortable. It can induce a slight feeling of nausea. Again, should be very, very mild here. So just breathing into this chest, really pulling that open. It's a very vulnerable place to be. And so sometimes the body has a strong reaction to that open chest, especially when we've been pulling in, protecting ourselves, being scared of what's around us. This is openness. This is open to receiving. So be there, be with what comes up. And then slowly releasing, can relax the chest, roll out the shoulders. Good work, everybody. Next, stretching the back side of the shoulders. Reach your arms out long in front of you. We'll cross right arm over left. And then we'll bring the palms together to touch. Now, this is not going to happen for everybody. So if you cannot get your palms together to touch here, I'll go come a little closer, not a problem. The other option here is just to grab your shoulders. So if that didn't quite work for you, remember, arms out, right over left, cross as close to your chest as you can. Try to get those palms together. If not, just grab onto your shoulders. Now press your elbows away from you and lift them up at the same time. Check your posture here. A lot of times we want to pop our rib cage out. Try to keep those ribs knit together. Keep the core nice and strong. So using your strength in your shoulders here to really push away and lift up at the same time. It can be a lot of work, so just go with what feels good to you, and then don't forget to breathe. Beautiful, giving yourself that huge hug. I'm sure you've been getting lots and lots of hugs. It's time to give yourself one. You're doing amazing. Whenever you're ready, relax, let the hands come down, roll out the shoulders. Yeah, good work. Opposite side. So this time, reach your arm out. Left is going to cross over the right this time, or whichever side you didn't do last time. Bringing your arms as close to your chest as you can, and then palms together to touch. Or if that's not working out for you, we're just going to grab onto the shoulder. Good work. Push those elbows away from you, lift up, and then I'll give you a space here just to breathe, to feel the sensations in your body. Beautiful. When you're ready, relax your arms down, roll your shoulders, take a deep breath, let it go. Excellent. Next, we'll be moving into the neck and shoulders. So reaching with your right hand, place it on the top of your left ear. So moving your right ear towards your right shoulder. And you'll start, and you're not pulling, you're not tugging. This hand is simply extra weight here. And then again, recheck your posture, make sure your belly button is pulled in toward the spine. And then using that hand, simply guide the ear a little closer to the right shoulder. And then to go deeper here, we will take our left arm, reach it out long to the side. It might reach the ground, it might not. So you're gonna feel a little bit deeper. It will even go down through that bicep tendon into your forearm. If you're not really feeling it, just adjust the height of your chin. Lift up, lift down. Find that spot that feels nice and juicy for you. And then be with it. Part of the thing that makes yoga challenging is being with the sensation. It's being uncomfortable and being okay with being uncomfortable. And this is amazing practice for those of us who have gone through treatment. A lot of treatment is uncomfortable, and yet here we are all together enjoying our bodies. Take a deep breath in and slowly relax. You can move your head a little side to side like you're saying no. Move it up and down like you're saying yes. And then we'll move into the opposite side. So left ear toward the left shoulder, left hand on top of the right ear. And then take your time. Whenever you're ready, you can reach that right arm out long, adjusting the height of your neck and chin to find that spot that feels like it's doing your body the most good. Again, there should be no pain here. If there's pain, just go really gentle. Maybe you're just tilting your head 15 degrees. If that's what your body has today, that's not a problem. There is no right or wrong way to do yoga. There's no way to be good or bad at yoga. It's simply about showing up and doing the practice. Take a few deep breaths. Good. And then slowly releasing. Again, shaking the head side to side, saying no, 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 I have boundaries. Yes, 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 I am thriving. Good. Okay, now reaching, if you need to change positions of how you're seated, now is a great time to do that. Not necessary, but if that feels good to you, you can swivel your legs to another position. Again, remember tall spine, strong core, knitting the ribs together, belly button pulled in toward the spine. This is how we protect our bodies. This is how we build core strength and stamina. Now we're going to get into a little bit of self-massage on the face. So taking your index and middle finger and bringing them to about halfway up your jaw. We're going to yawn and slide our fingers up our jaw at the same time. So we'll do a yawn, slide up, and then when you find that spot at the top of your jaw, you can leave your mouth open and slowly close it as you twist your fingers in circles here. I'll get closer so you can really see what we have going on. So we're yawning. And slowly closing. And then repeat. Start halfway up your jaw, slide your fingers up. Twist in circles. And slide down. If there's another way to massage that jaw, take your time, find the spot that feels good. Use the strength in your fingers to erase any of those smiles that you have put on for other people. So many times in this type of treatment, we have worn smiles to let other people feel comfortable around us. This is a safe place. You do not have to have any sort of expression on your face that doesn't feel good to you. Take your time. Good. You can relax your hands down, wiggle your jaw from side to side. Should feel really good. This next pose, if you are within 12 weeks of having abdominal surgery, hysterectomy, or something similar, you're going to be really gentle. You're only going to go halfway into this pose. So if that's you, we're simply taking our hands, putting them on the side of the chair or the sides of our legs. If you are a little bit farther out from surgery or you haven't had surgery at all yet, you're going to take one hand, place it all the way behind you or grab onto the back of the chair, and then use your opposite hand to twist yourself deep. We just want to avoid a really deep twist if you've recently had abdominal surgery. So on your inhale, sit up taller, lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, twist a bit deeper. Yeah. Rolling the shoulder back, but at the same time using the strength in your arms to twist. Awesome. Good. One more breath in, tall, lengthen. Exhale, twist deep, and then come back through center and slowly transition to the opposite side. Again, we're only going halfway if you have recently had surgery. So just coming to about here, that's plenty. If you're feeling okay, your body's feeling strong, we'll twist deeper. These poses are amazing for our digestive system because it's moving the colon. So one direction will move our ascending colon when we twist to the right, and when we twist to the left, it's our descending colon. And as we know, whenever we take a lot of the medications we're having to take, we can get a lot of blockages in there. So doing a twist like this every day is super important. Beautiful. Breathe deep, lengthen, breathe deep, twist, and then exhale, come back through to the center. Excellent. If you want to stay in your chair, you can. If you are able to get down onto your mat, these next few poses can be done. We only have one more seated pose. The rest will be done on our backs. So from here, moving into a seated forward fold. So you'll bring your legs out long in front of you. Good. Try and sit up tall on your sits bones. So you may have to move the flesh from underneath you so you can be sitting up really tall, nice long spine. Good. And then Melissa's going to do a forward fold. I call it like a G.I. Joe or a Barbie doll forward fold because we're only hinging at the hips. So just like an action figure, we're only hinge at the hips. So she's going to bring her chest forward. Yeah, good. And stay right here just for a minute. So she's going to pull with her chest and have her tailbone. Imagine that she's pushing her tailbone out farther behind you. Again, if you're in a chair, you're doing the same thing. You're just kicking your legs out long in front of you in your chair like this. Now, when you feel like you can't reach your chest any more farther forward, there's a string on your chest pulling it forward and you won't go any farther forward, then you're just going to round your neck and head, hang your head down. Yeah, hands can come to wherever they'll reach. They can be on the mat in front of you. They can be grabbing your toes or your ankles. And then try with each exhale to surrender a little deeper into this pose. Amazing for stretching our low backs, amazing for our hamstrings and our calves. This is not something that I read about, but after my treatment, my calves just got so tight. So this is a great way. If you pull your toes towards your face, you'll feel it in your calf even more. Good. And then slowly use your core strength, come back up to a seat. Take your time. You can walk your hands up your legs if you need a little bit of extra support. And then we'll come down onto our back. So you may need to scoot forward a little bit, laying all the way down onto the mat. Good. Now we'll bring the soles of the feet together to touch here. So we're going to come into a butterfly pose. So you gotta put your feet together. And if this feels a little bit tight in your hip flexors, not a problem. You can make fists. So just make a fist here. And then you can use your fist to kind of help prop up your legs. No worries. Or you can just do one leg at a time. Sometimes it's easier to just do a one-legged Baddha Konasana. So we just got one leg out and the other leg in. So no worries if that feels good. This should be a really relaxing pose. So find a way to make it comfortable. If you have blocks, you can prop up your knees. Take a few breaths here. And giving thanks for your hip flexors. Giving thanks for all of the work that they did. Sitting in those chemotherapy chairs, sitting in front of computer screens and TV screens, the hard work of resting. These hip flexors lock up, they get shortened. So if they're feeling tight, give thanks for that sensation in your body. You've been working so hard. You're doing amazing. And whenever it feels good to you, you can use your hands to help close your knees together, bringing your knees back up. We'll move into a figure 4 pose. So we're going to take her right foot and stick it on top of her left knee. You can leave this down for now. So this is plenty for a lot of people. You're going to be feeling a big stretch in that right glute. That's no problem. And if this is too much, you can even sit up halfway. We'll demonstrate what that would look like. So if that's too much, you can kind of come up like this and you'll feel a little bit less sensation. If you're feeling okay here and you want to go a little bit deeper before you lift your foot, just imagine your right knee traveling away from your face and your tailbone rooting to the ground. Right there, that's going to bring the sensation up. Then to go even deeper, root that tailbone. So every vertebrae in your back is pressing down into the mat. You'll reach through your legs, grabbing on the back side of the left leg and then lifting the foot. Good. So you're thinking about your left knee coming closer to you, this one, and the right knee moving away from you while keeping rooted and grounded down into the mat. Now be with your breath here. This one does take a lot of strength to stay rooted and to move those knees in that twisting position. So if you're losing track of your breath, you're working a little bit too hard. So nice and slow. This is a huge release pose. This is one where a lot of emotions get stored. It's not just a bunch of hocus pocus. I've seen it 100 times on the yoga mat where when we start to stretch our hips, the emotions start moving. And we all know that in the course of our treatment, we have had to stuff down a lot of emotions just to get through the day. So it's okay to feel what you're feeling here. Again, we put these safe spaces into our day so that we have time and energy to feel. Good, let's switch sides. I exhausted her. Opposite knee, just stay here for a minute. Suss out your body, see where you're at. Good. See if you're feeling that stretch, and then push your left knee away from yourself. And then if you want more sensation, you can grab onto the back of that thigh, move the knee toward the face. Awesome. Both sets of toes can curl back toward the ankle, and that will help protect the knees a little bit. So relax your shoulders down toward the mat, relax your low back down into the mat, or rather use your core to reach the mat, and then breathe. This is the biggest stretch of the day. We hold this one for the longest. It's all downhill from there. 2 more breaths. Can you be comfortable with being uncomfortable? And then slowly relax your feet down to the mat. You can windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Just let that one go. And then extending your right leg out long. Bring your left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers just below the knee, a couple inches below the knee. And then pinch that knee close to the rib cage. And then bring it outside the rib cage toward your right armpit. The left leg is out long and strong. You can curl the toes back towards your face. So that's really a grounding leg. It's holding you steady. You can move that knee a little bit left and right, up and down till you find that nice juicy pinch, and then apply extra pressure there. Good. And then we'll take the knee into the left hand only. Right arm's going to come out long. Left arm's going to come out long. And then right hand is going to pull that knee across the chest. Good. If you have had surgery, we'll stop here. No need to go any deeper than this. If you're feeling okay, we're going to work the knee toward the ground while also working to keep the shoulder on the ground. Don't worry, most of us won't actually get there. So if your knee doesn't reach the ground or your shoulder comes up, not a problem. We're just moving in that direction. Good. And then use the strength of your core to make that twist just a little bit deeper. Should feel real good in the low back. Take your time here. Again, sending your body love, appreciation, gratitude. And then as you're ready, we'll bring the knee back to the chest and swap it out. This time, that leg goes out long and opposite knee will come into the chest. We'll begin with that pinch. So we're just moving the knee outside of the rib cage toward the armpit, holding it here for a few breaths while we're really working to find that release in the hamstring and the hip flexor. So you might move it a little bit side to side. You might compress and release. Take your time here. Make this feel good for your body. Make it work for you. And when you're ready, we'll find the twist to the opposite side. So your arm will come out long. Good. You'll guide the knee across your chest. Again, stopping halfway if you've recently had surgery. Otherwise, we're continuing to move that knee toward the ground while keeping the shoulder rooted. If the knee doesn't reach the ground or the shoulder comes up, that's normal. It's probably going to be that way. Not a problem. If you hear a little pop in your back, as long as it's not painful, that's great. That's your spine adjusting. Don't have to worry. If you feel pain, please come out of the pose. coming back to our intention of self-love, body appreciation. And then as you're ready, you'll guide the knee back to the chest, this time bringing both knees into the chest. We'll give ourselves a squeeze here. So this time you can let the butt come up. You can let the chin come up, bringing the chin to tuck into the knee, rolling yourself into a little ball. We're going to kind of compress the nervous system here. So big squeeze, like you're getting a tight hug. This is really, really good for your nervous system. Squeeze hard, use your muscles. This is the last big thing we're doing. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then relax all the way down. We're going to let the feet come out, let the hands come out. You can let your feet fall open. Take your time here to get comfortable. If it's not comfortable to lay like this, you can prop your knees up. So we just tent our knees together, feet wide, knees together. Not a problem. Good. We'll do a couple of rounds of breath work here. So can be helpful to put one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, taking your time. Good. And then we will breathe first into the belly. So feeling that hand on your belly rise, breathe deep. And then we'll continue that inhale until the chest expands. So the hand on the chest lifts. So inhale to the belly, inhale to the chest, long, slow exhale. See how long you can make that exhale take. Inhale to the belly, inhale to the chest, long, slow exhale. Continue a couple more rounds on your own. Allow your breath to return to normal. Both hands will come over the heart, over the chest. Sending love, appreciation, and gratitude inward for all that your body has done for you. Imagine that feeling of love and appreciation spreading over your entire body. Imagine every cell in your body being washed in love and appreciation. Any damaged cells cannot hold up in the light of this love. Any sick cells are turned instantly healthy in the light of this love. Your whole body becoming more powerful by sending yourself love, gratitude, and appreciation. If you'd like to finish your practice laying down on your back, there's no need to get up. If you'd like to sit up for one final bow, you're welcome to join me in a comfortable seat. It's nice to bring our hands together at our heart center in a prayer position, simply to express gratitude for one another. Thank you so much for joining me, for joining my sister, for joining this amazing group today. Thank you so much for moving your body, for empowering yourself and all of us. Namaste. Thank you guys. Happy to take questions or comments. Really quite a treat. Thank you for being here. I'll check the chat here.
Melanie, I think everyone was just so in the moment. I don't know that any questions came through. Anyone, now is the time for questions if you've got some at the ready. Of course, if you think of anything after this class, over the weekend, shoot us a note. We're happy to ask Melanie on your behalf. Melanie, I just want to thank you so much for sharing your story, your skills with us today. Thank you to those who donated to the Foundation for Women's Cancer. That link is in the chat if you'd like to grab it. $5 makes a difference, 10, whatever you're comfortable sharing. Women with gyn cancer need more. They need more research. They need more screenings. They need more treatment options. And again, thank you for joining us for this time. Recording will be available soon. We'll also be sending you a feedback form early next week. Let us know how we did. Let us know what types of events your community would really find valuable. We'd love to know what you'd like to see us host next. And of course, last but not least, we do hope you join us at theinsiders.com, where you can get paid to share your healthcare experiences and confidential research. Thank you, Melanie, again for guiding us. And we hope you all have an absolutely wonderful and gentle weekend.
Will you be emailing the recording?
The recording will come automatically because you signed up for this session. So it'll come directly to your email from Zoom.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking. Thank you all. Have a gentle weekend.
Thank you, guys. That was amazing.
Thank you.